Even if your board is a give-get board and they pay to be on there, sometimes they don't align. And sometimes you have to move them out to move people who are better aligned and will grow with the organization. And that can cause some issues, right? But it's really important that everybody is on the same page. And with me, I am one of those people that I over communicate, but that has worked in my favor with our board. They're like, we don't need to know all of these details. I'm like, yes, you do. Because that helps in the long run, and then you know what's going on. So then when someone asks you a question, then you're like, oh yeah, okay, that works. And when we started growing and spreading out, I started doing less of the day to day and started giving all of the tasks to everyone else just so I could focus on fundraising and membership. And it actually ends up working. There's times where it can cause tension with it, especially the board. So you may be doing something that they're not. Like everything we do is free for nonprofits at the Nonprofit Cooperative. And so some of them said, why don't we start charging the nonprofits? I'm like, no, I'm like, that is our slogan. Everything we do is free for the nonprofits. And they wanted to change that. And every so often it comes back up, it sneaks back up. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that because that wasn't the vision, right? The vision was to provide free resources across the board. And so I don't want to go back and say, okay, even like they were saying, just charge them a small amount, like $5, just so that people will show up to events once they register. And I'm like, no, I'd rather have a 30% show rate than to charge. Yep. So it's all right to have a conflict and have some. I think it keeps you on your toes, but just make sure that you communicate. Communication is key.